You know that feeling, right? When you have to negotiate something, a salary, a new contract, even buying a car, and it feels like you're gearing up for a battle? Well, what if I told you the best negotiators aren't warriors? They're actually problem solvers. Negotiation is a skill, a totally crucial one for success, and today we're going to decode all its secrets.
So here's our game plan for turning you into a negotiating pro. We'll start by digging deeper than just the price tag. Then, we'll look at the different styles people use and see which one really works. After that, a step-by-step roadmap, followed by how to deal with those tricky tactics people pull. And we'll wrap it all up with a final checklist so you're always ready.
So let me ask you this right off the bat. Is negotiation a battle you need to win, or is it a problem you need to solve? Seriously, how you answer that question changes everything. Most of us go in thinking it's a zero-sum game. If I win, you lose. But the pros? They see it as a puzzle they're solving together. That one little shift in perspective, it's the key to getting way better results for everyone. And that whole problem-solving mindset leads us straight to our first big idea. You can't solve a problem if you don't really understand it, right? In negotiation, that means you have to look past the demands people are making on the surface to figure out what's really truly motivating them underneath it all. Okay, so check this out. This is the Iceberg Model, and honestly, it's like the secret key to unlocking any negotiation. What you hear out loud, the demands, the price, the specific terms, that's what we call the position. It's just the tiny tip of the iceberg that you can see. But the real game, the real negotiation, that all happens below the surface, in the hidden interests. That's where the magic is. It's where you find all the wiggle room and all the creative solutions.
And this breaks it down perfectly using a simple hiring scenario. The candidate wants a $5,500 salary, but you know what she really needs? A flexible schedule. The company, on the other hand, wants her to use her own car, but they absolutely need her to start by January 1st. See where this is going? The company can offer that flexible schedule she needs, and in return, maybe the salary doesn't have to be quite so high. It's all about trading your wants to protect your needs.
All right, so now that we get the what, let's dive into the how. It turns out there are pretty much three main ways or styles that people bring to the negotiating table. First up, you've got your soft negotiator. This person just wants everyone to be happy, values the relationship over everything, and, well, they often get taken advantage of. Then you've got the total opposite, the hard negotiator. They see it as a war and they're going to win at all costs, even if it burns the bridge for good. But the most effective approach, the one that builds for the long term, is the principled style. The goal here isn't to win, it's to find a win-win. And this quote just nails the whole idea of principled negotiation. It's not about you against them, it's about both of you teaming up against the problem. Imagine a supplier needs to raise prices by 15%. The hard negotiator just says, "No way, I'm out." But a principled negotiator asks, why? They find out the supplier's real interest is just covering their rising costs. So they work together and come up with a solution. Maybe a longer contract that guarantees more business. See? Hard on the problem, soft on the people. Okay, let's get super practical. Theory is one thing, but how does this stuff actually work? We're going to walk through a 6-step process, and we'll use a single case study the whole way through. Company ABC, and they're trying to negotiate a deal with an agency for their big Christmas event. This is it. This is your game plan, a structured path that takes you from total uncertainty to a rock-solid agreement. Let's break down exactly how Company ABC uses every single one of these steps. Step 1, and you could argue it's the most critical of all, preparation. Before you even think about talking to the other side, you have to know your BATNA. That stands for Best Alternative to a Negotiated Agreement. It's your plan B, your walkaway point. For ABC, their budget is $500 million. But if the agency won't budge, they know they can do it themselves for $450 million. This isn't just a backup plan, people. It is the source of all your power. It gives you the confidence to say no thanks to a bad deal. Now we jump to step 3, exchanging information. The agency makes the first move, and boy, is it a big one. They quote $700 million. This is a classic move called anchoring. By throwing out a huge number first, they're trying to set a psychological benchmark, hoping every other number now seems small in comparison. But remember, ABC did their homework. They don't even flinch. They immediately counter by pulling that anchor way back down to reality. And they don't just pick a random number. They use real, objective data from their research and their BATNA, saying, well, similar events usually cost around $400 to $450 million. Just like that, The whole negotiation is reset. Next up, persuasion. The agency tries to defend its high price, talking all about their fancy top-of-the-line sound system. But great persuasion isn't about arguing. It's about focusing on facts and interests. So ABC just brilliantly reframes the whole discussion. They say, look, our need is for a nice, cozy internal event. We don't want or need concert-level audio. That move is genius. It shifts the talk from price to value, and it opens the door for a win-win. And this is where the real art of the deal happens. This is all about concessions. The agency comes down to $550 million, right? But that's still over ABC's $500 million budget. So what does ABC do? They make a smart trade. They offer something that costs them almost nothing, but is super valuable to the agency, marketing exposure. They say, hey, put your logo on our backdrop, use the photos for your portfolio. They're giving the agency something it wants, in exchange for what ABC needs, that $50 million price cut to hit their budget. It's the classic quid pro quo. You got to give something to get something. Okay, but what happens when the other side doesn't want to play fair? Let's be real, not everyone is a principled negotiator. So let's talk about how to handle a couple of common dirty tricks that are designed specifically to throw you off your game. Oh yeah, you've probably heard this one before. It's called brinkmanship. It's an ultimatum, plain and simple, designed to make you sweat. The absolute key here is not to panic. What do? You calmly go back to your best friend in this whole process, your BATNA. Is their final offer really better than your walkaway plan? If it's not, you have to be ready to get up and leave. And honestly, sometimes being willing to walk is the very thing that makes them call you back. Another classic, straight out of the movies. One person is super aggressive and unreasonable, while their partner is all friendly and tries to get you to give a little to calm the bad cop down. The trick is to just see it for what it is. It's theater. Don't fall for it. Don't start confiding in the good cop. You just politely smile, acknowledge what's happening, and steer the conversation right back to the objective facts of the problem you're trying to solve. Wow. We've covered a ton of ground, haven't we? From mindset and styles all the way through a full step-by-step process. So before you even think about walking into that room, we've got one last tool for you. Think of this as your pre-flight checklist. Seriously, go through these 6 questions every single time. Know your must-haves versus your nice-to-haves. Get crystal clear on your walkaway plan. Figure out who you're really talking to and try to guess what they truly need. And finally, decide your opening move. Answering these questions, it does more than prepare you, it empowers you. So, as we wrap things up, I just want to leave you with this one thought. Your next negotiation is coming. It's not a matter of if, but when. The only question is, now that you've got these tools, what are you going to do differently?